Shalom. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ha-Rekah-Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Also, I want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Alright? So today the Spirit has me in Luke 6. I'm going to go ahead and start at 12. And it's dealing with Yahweh Shai choosing the 12 apostles, all right? It says, and it came to pass in those days that he went out into a mountain to pray and continued all night in prayer to Yahweh. So he was praying, probably praying to make the right choices, right, with his disciples, with his apostles, all right? So let's read 13. And when it was day, he called unto him his disciples, and of them he chose 12, whom also he named apostles. All right. So shows you that Yahweh Shai had a lot of disciples, right? Not just 12, but he chose 12 to be the apostles. All right. Verse 14. Simon, whom he also named Peter, and Andrew his brother, James and John, Philip and Bartholomew, Matthew and Thomas, James the son of Alphaeus, so this was a different James, the other James was Yahweh Shai's brother, and Simon called Zelotes, or Zelotes. Verse 16, and Judas, the brother of James, and Judas Iscariot, which also was the traitor. Alright. So, that's verse 17. And he came down with them and stood in the plain in the company of his disciples, and a great multitude of people out of all Judea and Jerusalem, and from the sea coast of the Tyre and Sidon, which came to hear him, and to be healed of their diseases. Alright? So Yahweh Shai had a lot of people coming out of Jerusalem and Judea, right? Let's see, let me go to Matthew 11 and 21, and he was doing miracles, right, healing the people. Really, the biggest miracle for us Israelites is for us to be healed of the corruption and the pollution that's in our brain from being raised up in captivity under all these pagan philosophies, you see. So we're healed when we come into this truth. So let's get Matthew 11 and 21. It says, woe unto thee, Chorazin! Woe unto thee, Bethsaida! For if the mighty works which were done in you had been done in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. But I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon at the day of judgment than for you. All right. So let's look at it. Let's see if I can pull a map real quick. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a. So if we open this up, there they are on the coast, like it says right here what we read. And from the sea coast of Tyre and Sidon, which came to hear him and to be healed of their diseases. So there's, just for a visual, there's Tyre and Sidon. Alright, and I'll go back to the scriptures. Luke 6 and 18. and they that were vexed with unclean spirits, and they were healed. See, so even these spirits, these demons that jump on us and on our women, this is the type of things that we'll be able to heal people from. And this truth, at the end of the day, it's the truth that's healing. We're just the vessels that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai uses. But we can clear these spirits, these unclean spirits with this truth. Verse 19, Esau Edom, he'll try to give you a pill, for your unclean spirits. But Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, we could do it with the word, all right? Cleansing, the cleansing of the word, you see? Verse 19, and the whole multitude sought to touch him, for there went virtue out of him and healed them all. All right, and virtue, it means like high morality. So he was what you would call a man of integrity, a man of high morals. Right, Yahweh Shai, he was keeping and teaching, the laws, statutes, commandments of Yahweh. So that caused him to be virtuous. All right. And he lifted up his eyes on his disciples and said, blessed be ye poor, for yours is the kingdom of Yahweh, the power. See, so when we talk about the poor, this is the verse, or a verse right here, is that proves that we're the poor, the disciples, the Israelites. All right? He wasn't dealing with the nobles of Rome or the nobles of Esau Edom's kingdom, No, he was dealing with the poor, which were the disciples. And disciple means discipline. So it's like a student of discipline. That's what we are. And when we go out to teach, we become apostles. All right. So that's what that is. That's the difference, the definition. Okay. So here we go. Let's let me see. Let me go to verse 21. Blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. All right. So you see, right now we might be going through some, financial problems. We might be going through some financial woes. You may have issues with, because you're in this truth. People are, ostracizing you from, them, and you become an enemy to the world because of this truth, right? But guess what? We're gonna be filled, and we're gonna be blessed. We cry now, but we're gonna laugh, according to the scriptures. All right. Verse 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. So whenever people talk shit about us because we're in this truth, hey, we're blessed. You're supposed to rejoice, all right? Don't worry about this wicked-ass world. Don't worry about the fucking heathen and the two-thirds. All right? Because we know their end, and it ain't good, according to the scriptures. So we don't have to worry about anyone else but ourselves in this truth. And, we're blessed. When people hate us, guess what? We're right here, verse 23. Rejoice ye in that day, and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. So you see, we go out there and teach on the street corners, and everybody talking shit, hating us, saying that we're a hate group, saying that we're racist, and we don't like so-called white people. We only care about our own people, which is all true. But guess what? We're supposed to be leaping for joy and rejoicing. This is the same thing that their fathers did to the prophets in the past. You see? So that's a sign of a true prophet, man, if you're being hated. If the people are against you, that's the sign of a true prophet. That's how, and the sign of a false prophet is when they're the opposite. These T.D. Jakes, you got your Creflo Dollars, your Joyce Meyer, your fucking Joel Osteen. All these false prophets. Nobody hates them. They're not getting shamed in the street. They're the opposite. People, men and women alike are putting them on a pedestal. But you see, that's the ignorance of the world, because no, it's the opposite. You're supposed to be hated. Nobody's supposed to like you. Unless it's another man in this truth who's on the same accord as you. The rest of the world, hey, we're separating ourselves. And that word holy, it goes into separation. It means you're being made separate. So let's see where we at. Verse 23. I read that one. Verse 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. All right. So they've already received their prize, right? And these false prophets, they are, they a lot of them are rich as hell. They got planes, jets, personal jets, and I'm sure they have big mansions. They've already received their consolation. Oops, let me read it. I was going to read that definition. The comfort received by a person after a loss or disappointment, a person or thing providing comfort to a person who has suffered. A round or contest for tournament entrants who have been eliminated for the final. Okay, so you get the point. Consolation. These people are living in comfort, right? But the true prophets, hey, we're not going to be on that level. Not till the kingdom, man. We're not going to. Our rest is not here. Let's get that real quick. Micah. I'll get Micah real quick because we know this is not our rest. Alright, that's the small prophets. What are we on here? Micah 2:10. It says, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. See, so it's not our rest, man. This place is polluted. And we're not just talking about air pollution, we're talking about all the philosophies that Esau Edom has given us, all the philosophies these other heathen nations have put on our people, It's a pollution compared to this truth. It's polluted. When you come in, walk up to the camp and you want to argue about Jesus Christ, well, we're just like, hey, go teach that up the street, because your mind is polluted with the garbage that the Edomite has given you, We don't want to debate some clown who doesn't understand that Jesus Christ is a pagan, false idol, a false prophet. No, Yahweh Shai is the Messiah, okay? Let's go to verse 25. Yeah, this is not our rest. We're not going to have comforts here. But guess what? Those false prophets that I mentioned, Creflo Dollar, T.D. Jakes, Joyce Meyer, Joel Osteen, those people are all living comfortably right now. See? So if you have half a brain, which the 2/3 don't, then you can see what the real prophet is and what the false prophet is. You can discern, right? verse 25 in Luke 6:25. It says, "Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep." All right. So the ones that are full, who's that? It's not the Hebrew Israelites. No, we're the poor. Remember, Yahushai referred to us as the poor. But guess what? It said in verse 20 that the kingdom is ours. Blessed be ye poor, for yours is the kingdom of Yahweh, the power. All right. So that's what it is. Damn. Damn Satan calling right there. That's a telemarketer trying to give me a call, giving me a call in the middle of a lesson. But verse 25. Woe unto you that are full. All right, so you go T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Joel Osteen, Joyce Meyer, Steve Furtick, all these fucking false prophets, they're all full. Right? Their bellies are full, right? They're not teaching the truth. It says, "For ye shall hunger." They're going to hunger in the kingdom. They're going to be heathens. They're going to be under us. "Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep." Yeah, they're going to be crying, man. They're going to be like, because why? Because they're going to be exposed. That's what our job is as a true prophet from the nation of Israel. You know, this is our lot. This is our heritage. You see? So that's what it is. Our heritage is to expose these heathens, you know. Let's get that real quick. If I can find it, it's either 48. Let's see, 49. All right, I'll read this right here. And we just read that, you know, they're going to mourn and weep, and here it is. Well, I'll start at. Let me just start at. Let's see. Let's start at 5. It says, Psalm 149:5. "Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of Yahweh, the power, be in their mouth." That's what we're doing. "And a two-edged sword in their hand." All right, and that two-edged sword is the scriptures. All right, and what are we doing with this two-edged sword? Verse 7 tells you. Why is the Bible in our hand? Verse 7, "To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people." All right, that's what our job is. When we're out there prophesying, we're executing vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. All right, we're telling Esau, hey, the Bible says you're going to go into captivity, right? "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity." We tell him, the Bible says you're going into slavery, along with the other heathen nations. And the 2/3, the can't get rights, right? We're executing vengeance upon them too, because they become heathen. Because why? Because they have a heathen mindset. You know, they're not reverencing Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So they're going to get punished. That's what we're out there telling them, right? Verse 8, "To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron." That verse tells you that they're going into slavery, because what is a fetter of iron? It's those chains that they use. If you Google fetters of iron, the pictures that pop up is Southern Kingdom, which are the so-called black tribes going into slavery in America. Those kind of pictures will pop up if you Google fetters of iron. So that shows you that it's balance. All right. So part of our job is not only to let them know who they are, but let them know they're going into slavery. All right. Verse 9, "To execute upon them the judgment written." All right, see, so we're executing what's written. We're just telling them. We're literally just reading the word of Yahweh, and how his prophets wrote it down, his mouth, right? So to execute upon them the judgment written. See, that's all we're doing is we're saying, hey, we're reading out the Bible. We're saying you're the heathen, you're the 2/3, you're Esau, you're Edom, you're Amalek, you're Moab, you're Ishmael, you're all these different heathen nations. And guess what? We're gonna read the Salakia. So that's what it is, man. We're here to. All right. Anyway, let's see where I'm at. Verse 9. To execute upon them the judgment written, this honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. See, so we have that honor. It's our honor to go out there and condemn and execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. This is the honor of the saints. You see, Esau can't go out there and do what we do. Why? Because he's not. It's not his lot. It's not his. This is not his deal. This is the saints. All right, and the saints tells you right here in Psalm 148 who the saints are. 148:14. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, and even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. See, so the Israelites are the saints. You can't. How when people would say, "Oh, my mom is a saint," no. First of all, the saints are men. Second of all, if you're not what they call a black, Latino, or Native American, then you're not part of this. You're not a saint. The saints is reserved unto the children of Israel. Okay. So let me go back to Luke 6:26. It says, "Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets." See, so woe means destruction. So it says, when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets. So we're in good company because they didn't speak well of Yahushua during his time. So, that's one of those things where, again, if you can't see this truth, this knowledge, then, it's the Lord that's closed your eyes and has not revealed it to you. But we're supposed to, rejoice when they hate us, all right? And destruction to them when all men shall speak well of you. For so did their fathers to the false prophets. See, so the false prophets are the ones who are being praised right now, just like they were during the time of the Roman captivity, when Yahushua was walking the earth, all right? You had the false prophets, the Sadducees, the Pharisees. You had Israelites who were in the Roman church, The same thing now, you have that, And they talk shit about us still. So that's what it is. So we're in good company, brothers. When they speak bad of us and speak falsely of us, hey, we're supposed to rejoice at that thing, all right? So with that, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahushai, B'Hashem, Ha-Rakah, Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Also, I want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect.